Well, I suppose the best answer I could give to that is definitely maybe. The Drugs Misuse Act lists what are and aren't dangerous drugs in the schedules to the Act, and once upon a time all you had to do was look through the schedules to work out whether a particular drug was or was not an illegal drug. To some extent that's still the case. So for example, drugs such as cannabis and cocaine are still listed in the schedules to the Act, so all you have to do is read the Act and the schedules and you can pretty quickly work out and know that they're illegal drugs. However, in relatively recent times, some people have tried to get around those provisions by producing and marketing substances that, while they're not actually drugs listed in the schedules to the Drugs Misuse Act, when they're consumed, they produce an effect similar to that produced by illegal drugs like cannabis and methamphetamine. Those substances are often marketed as what are called legal highs, and in recent years the sales of legal highs have skyrocketed. However, don't be fooled. Although they may not be listed in the Drugs Misuse Act, they may still be caught by the provisions of the Act. A recent amendment to the Drugs Misuse Act has specifically extended the definition of a dangerous drug to include any substance which has a substantially similar chemical structure or pharmacological effect to any of the drugs listed in the Act, and even somewhat curiously to substances which are intended to have a substantially similar effect. So these days the definition of what is and isn't a dangerous drug purports to be about as broad as it could possibly be. And while to some extent it's somewhat ill-defined, it's still very likely to capture substances which are marketed as having an effect similar to drugs such as cannabis, cocaine or ecstasy. In other words, the so-called legal highs.